All right, guys. So I am no master, but I have a couple of virtual parties that personally works for me. And I am going to be talking a lot about my host coaching. Just understand that my host coaching and Jenny's host coaching is virtually the same thing. We basically worked on it together. So Jenny's host coaching is in the new consultant resource guide. So I'm pretty sure everything is exactly the same between the two of us. Could be a thing or two different, but not really much. So the number one tip, and this week alone for my parties proves how important it is. I currently have 4 parties going on. No, sorry, one host canceled. I'm down to, I'm down to 4 parties this week. One party has over 30 guests. The rest have 20 or less, anywhere between 5 and 20. I'm gonna mute everybody. How do I do that again?
You can like to pull it.
My audio settings. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Bear with me, people.
You see where it says participants on the bottom?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
That, and then click mute, click participants, and then click mute all.
Okay, so out of my 4 parties, one group has 30 or more people, and the rest of them have anywhere between 5 and 20. The group with 30 or more people is nonstop notifications. I have not gotten one notification from those other parties. The one that has all of those members in it also hit over $100 in sales in the first 5 seconds of creating the group, whereas the other ones still have nothing, 0 in sales, and we're already a few days in. So having your members in there is really important, and stressing to your host how important it is to get those guests, because they don't know. They don't know how many members it takes. They can throw out 150 invites, and to them, 150 people are in. Most of these hosts don't understand that just throwing out those invites is not getting people into your group. So there is a way to resend invites very quickly. There is a video posted on the Gillen organization page that I believe Kim posted. Oh, hold on, admit. And so this literally, you just put up it's basically like a pop-up almost, and it will add like a resend notification to all of your guests that were invited in your party. I had it in my host coaching, having my host do it, but they're not always doing it, or they're confused on how. So now I'm just putting it as my job, and I take care of it. So in my host coaching, I have multiple times. I created my parties on Friday, always a different time, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes mom life takes over and I can't do it till night. But I create my parties Friday. I only post my pin post on Friday, and that is it. And I'll go over that in a minute. Saturday and Sunday is, I think I do 4 or 5 posts that I spread out throughout the day, and that's it. And it's just explaining how the party works, when your card's going to be charged, how to earn prizes, my opening and closing video, which I'll go over. And then the party doesn't officially begin till Monday, and it ends Friday at midnight for guests, and then my host has Saturday to order. The reason why I create my party days ahead is because it takes that much time to get those guests in there. Not always. There are times where this one party I have, she had 30 people within like an hour, but you can't always assume that. And you can't always assume that your host is going to respond to you right away and get inviting right away. They could be at work. They could be being busy, whatever it is. So you can't assume that they're going to invite right then and there. So when I'm creating my party on Friday, sometimes my hosts are not even adding people till Saturday afternoon. And guess what? I have wording for that to respond to them in my host coaching. If they have not joined themselves or added people, or one or the other, I send them the same exact wording and basically explain to them, hey, I noticed that you haven't joined your party yet. I just wanted to reach out. Or I noticed that you haven't added your friends just yet. I just wanted to reach out because We want to get people in there so they don't miss a thing. Right now I'm talking about how they can win prizes, and I don't want them to miss out on my freebies. Yes, your party doesn't start till Monday morning, but we want them to see all these pre-party posts this weekend, and I don't want you to sign up for this and get nothing out of it. I make it very clear. Follow my instructions, follow my tips. It will take you no more than 30 seconds to a minute a day out of your time, and you can get rewarded. Ignore me, don't do my tips, you're getting nothing out of this, and you've wasted your time. Because not always waste my time, because I'm still making contacts. There's guests in that party I can reach out to, but they're not gonna get anything out of it, and I hate that. There's nothing worse than having a party where a host doesn't get anything and you feel terrible. So, stress the importance of getting at least bare minimum 30 people, but you want like 50 in your party groups. It sounds like a lot. Half of that will actually participate, and probably about half of that will even order. So the more you have in there, the better. And so my first couple days of host coaching, all I'm doing is giving them different ways to invite people and get more people added in. Whether it's clicking the invite button, sending the private message, which I know they're doing, because if they're sending the link to join through a private message, I'm getting a notification that these people are requesting to be invited. If they're not requesting to be invited, then they were invited by hitting the add button. So PMing the link, posting it on our personal Facebook page, that is a great thing to do, because you know how many times I've had a host say, I invited every girl I know. That's great. What about the men? Not only women cook. Okay, I didn't know how to cook until Pampered Chef. My husband did all of the cooking. I could boil water, and I was ashamed to my Italian name, and if it weren't for him, I'd live off mac and cheese. Men also love to cook, and they are most likely going to spend more money, and they make amazing consultants. So there's that. So stressing to them the different ways to invite people and who to invite, and to not prejudge, and to let them know, hey, post on your personal page and say this. I always tell them to put in there, we have something for every budget. 70% of this catalog is under $30. Because people hear Pampered Chef and they think, oh my God, it's expensive. And we know they're thinking about the cover products. They're thinking about the cookware. They're thinking about stuff that's lifetime warranty. That's worth the price, but the majority of our catalog is not expensive. And we have the outlet section too. And I stress to them, invite your friends who hate to cook. It sounds silly, but friends that hate to cook, I can help them. Whether it's the microwave pasta maker, or even the quick cooker, or silly little things like that you wouldn't think about, that people who absolutely hate to cook, who live off their microwave or takeout, can seriously benefit from. So, first couple days is always going over constantly inviting people, and I tell them I'm probably going to be annoying with this. There's a rhyme and reason to my madness. In my pinned post that I mentioned before, most of you might think of it as the announcements. That was never a thing back in the day, so I still call it the pinned post. So when I create my party on Friday, I create my cover photo. It's the first thing I do. I make it in Canva because it's free. And I always have it say, click here to shop. And I put the link to order in the cover photo description. So when you click the photo, it pops up as the caption. Whether it's on a computer, it'll show up on the side, or on your phone, it shows up at the bottom. This way they get the link. Not doing that, I've had a billion people ask me, where's the link? I can't find out how to link. I don't know how to order. I don't know where it is. Having it huge like that in the cover photo screams it in their face every time they get on that party group. So that's the first thing I do. I add Post My Party as my app. SynShare if you're using SynShare. If you're not using either one of those, you don't do that step, obviously. And then I go in to my pin post. And my pin post is really simple. It basically says, my name is Anne Marie. I'm an advanced director with Pampered Chef. I've been with the company 3 years. My job is to help make mealtime easier for you, blah, 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 something small like that, just like 2-3 sentences, nothing crazy, because you don't want to miss out. Actually, sorry, the top of it, in a group, you can make things bold and bigger letters. And so bold and bigger letters says shop, or click here to shop with the ordering link. And then I put that stuff under it. So it's the first thing they see. I tell them Party starts Monday. Your last chance to order is Friday at midnight. Party will close out Saturday. Your card's not charged till the party is over. If you need to make any changes to your order, please reach out to me and I can help you. Place an order by midnight on Wednesday to get a free gift from me. Spend $80 or more to get a free gift from Pampered Chef, and change your notifications to all. But I've created a graphic that goes with it, so it doesn't pull up the link. Like whenever you put a link in a post, that's what pops up. It doesn't pull that up. I have an image that says something about click here to join, change your notifications to all posts, comment with a thumbs up when you've read this. And now people are commenting nonstop in the first day, which is bringing that post back to everybody's notifications. So people are constantly seeing it and they're reading it again. So now people are seeing that link more often. They're seeing how to get gifts more often, and they're getting all the information that they need. Yes, making it a pinned post posts it to the top of the page. I have noticed, and I may be wrong, that that's not the case with a cell phone. It posts it to the top of a page with a computer, but if you go to a group on your phone, it doesn't pin it to the top of the page. I may be wrong, but that's what I've seen over the last couple of years. So having them comment this is bringing it back to the top, because most of the people are coming from their cell phones and their tablets and not from their computers. So on that post, I'm making them give me a thumbs up. So I know that they read it and it's bringing the attention to everybody else. Another way to get everybody's attention is to change the party group name. So when I first make my party, I put a lot of thought into my party name, which is a waste of my time because it's on their page for like 24 hours. It'll start off as Jamie's Cabin Fever Reliever Pampered Chef Party. And then it's going to change to place an order by midnight on Wednesday for a free gift, or all orders by Wednesday at middle of the night get a free gift. But that is in caps. It is in all caps. And the reason why I do this is because if I just post this, they get the notification, Simmer Down with Anne-Marie Ireland posted to blah, blah, blah's group. And they have to go to the group to see what I want to say. When I change the name of the party, their notifications is going to say in huge caps, Simmer Down with Anne-Marie Ireland has now changed the name of the party. All orders get a free gift. So without having to even go to the party, they already know what I want them to know. And they're like, oh, I got to get that. I got to get the order in. They might not even click the notification. I don't care. They're seeing it and they're like, okay, I got to get my order in to get my free gift. They don't know what it is, but they're excited. And then I do an opening video and I do a closing video. I do not do this live because I have the memory of a goldfish and it will never happen. And I will do it for one in a blue moon kind of parties. So I pre-record a video, and when I had SynShare, you can't do videos. So I was scheduling it on my page. Now I've uploaded it to my business page and taken that link, or maybe even put it on YouTube. I don't even know. And I got the URL for it and I put it on Post My Party, and I've scheduled it in my parties. So before anything happens, I've got that pinned post, and my next post that's gonna go is my opening video. In my opening video, I basically go everything that's in the pin post. I let them know how to win prizes. I welcome them to the party. I give them all that kind of information. I keep this at like minimum 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm a babbler, so it's not very easy. And in this, I say to them, I say something like, 3 years ago, a friend posted online about making, a certain amount of money. And so I reached out. I refused to believe that consultants made any real money. I thought consultants were obnoxious and pushy and annoying, and I didn't join anybody's virtual parties, and I couldn't stand being asked. And the way I saw it, if I wanted your products, I'd reach out. So stop bothering me, which is funny to think of now where I am today. And I say to them, I started as somebody who was against direct sales. I started as somebody who did not know how to cook. I started as somebody whose kitchen was all from the dollar store. And if I could really splurge and I really had the money, I'd go to maybe IKEA, Target, every now and again, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond, but that was like if I saved up my pennies. My husband was 100% against this. I signed up completely behind his back. And if I had asked permission or brought it up in any way, it would have never happened. I had no support from my friends or family and nobody behind me. So I basically signed up and said to myself, I have to make the money back for this kit, and I have to make enough money to pay 1 or 2 car payments, and then I have to quit before I pop this baby out in like 3 months. And then I say to them, my magic word is dash, send me a private message to earn extra raffle tickets to get that. And if you want to know, that's why I began my Pampered Chef journey. If you want to know what made me stay, make sure you pop in at the end of the party, and I will, you know, I've got like the whole closing video, and I will tell you what made me stay at the end of the party. And so the caption to this video is, look out for the magic word. Oh, people are waiting. Look out for the magic word in this video and private message it to me. I make sure they know, do not comment it. Private message it to me for 30 extra raffle tickets. I get so many PMs just from this. And everybody just messaged me, dash, or they'll say, dash, why'd you pick that word? And I strike up a conversation. The party has not even begun, and I'm already chit-chatting with people, and I say, oh my God, it's for the poem, Live Your Dash. Have you ever heard it? And half the people are like, no, I haven't. And so I send it to them, and they're like, you've got me crying. That was so emotional. It meant so much to me. And we can start chit-chatting. Or they're like, oh, I haven't heard it in a long time. I can't believe it. You know, I don't know many people that know that poem. And we strike up our conversation. Do I talk to them about joining my team? No. Do I talk to them about booking? No. But we're building that relationship, and we're chit-chatting, and they're realizing I'm a real person, and I'm not just a salesy lady who's trying to sell them some spatulas. So having them private message me is opening up that line of communication. But not everybody's doing that, because people are joining after this video is posted, and people are joining, you know, a couple days into the party. They have no clue there was even a video to start with. So I also post, wave to me on Messenger for 20 extra tickets to get the interactive catalog link. Now, why do I have them message it to me instead of just posting it? Because I used to post it. I've had so many people click that link, go through the catalog, and go ahead and place their order. And they go straight to my personal website, and then I have to contact home office. They have to cancel it. These people have to reorder under the party. And they're like, but I did it through the link you gave me. I'm like, I did not give that to you to order. And people don't know the difference. So I have them private message me, and I say to them, here's the link to the interactive catalog. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you're changing your notifications to all posts so you don't miss out on how to earn other gifts. And make sure you just look through what the catalog through here, and the link to shop is in the cover photo. And I'm letting them know, do not order through this link, because you're giving me all the credit and not your friend. And they're like, oh, I won't do that. Another way to get them to private message you, because again, these are 2 things that I do in my pre-party post days, and there's people still joining on Wednesday and Thursday, and the party doesn't close till Friday, Saturday. So I post, I think, 2 games that they have to private message me the answers for. My favorite game that gets a lot of attention, and I don't have to put my thought process in to remember what the answers were or save it on my phone for when I'm on the go, is the Name That Kitchen. And it's all famous kitchens like Fresh Prince and Brady Bunch and Gilmore Girls and 2.5 Men, and they have to guess whose kitchen it is, and they private message you the answers. But I tell them, comment done when you've sent me the answers. So it's, again, bringing that game back up there, because it's still getting the comments, but I'm getting the private message from it, and I'm starting up that line of communication. Everybody forgets number 8, and I yell at them because Gilmore Girls was one of my favorite shows. And I'm like, seriously, you don't know that one? And they're like, no, I'm too old. And we get chatting again. And once I get chatting with these people on Messenger, after we have a little chit chat, either later that day, maybe the next day, I just say something like, what do you think of the party so far? There is nothing pushy about that. I am truly intrigued, because if you're going to tell me that, oh, I came into this thinking there was going to be this and there's not, whatever kind of feedback, it's great for me. Most of the time, the response is, this is so much fun, or I never join these parties, but I'm really loving this. It's super informative, but not pushy. Great responses. And my response is always the same. It's always, I bet your friends and family would have so much fun with my games too. And everybody can use extra recipes right now, so they're not stuck cooking the same meals over and over every week. What do you think about having your own fun party just like this one? And your host, I put their name, will get extra credit and bonuses from me, especially at your party. What do you think? And I either get I'd love to help my friend out, or let me think about it, or can I let you know tomorrow? None of those are no's. So I write them down on my contact log, and I'm reaching out to them again halfway through the party. Moving on to prizes. I know a lot of you spend money for your prizes, and I am cheap. I'm going to tell you right now, I've spent a lot of money on those early bird gifts back in the day. Now what we're doing, which we're finding very successful, Jenny and I avoided it for the longest time because we thought it was really tacky. To be completely honest, we say you get a free gift if you place an order by midnight on Wednesday. Now, the reason why I say Wednesday is because, yes, the party's almost over by Wednesday. I get that. My party's ends on Friday. But at the same time, this prize isn't cost me any money. So it doesn't hurt me to offer it to all of those people. And it's getting them to order before the last day, because we all know everybody likes to wait to the last minute to place their orders. So what I do is I get the Stoneware interactive catalog or interactive ebook recipe book, which you can get on your Consultants Corner under recipes, ebooks. I don't remember. I think it's under Explore and then recipes. And I've saved it on my computer so I can easily copy and paste it to send to them. And I let them know, I post, thank you, and I tag them. For your order, please send me a private message to get your free cookbook. Now, before this, I've only said free gift. When I post that, I say free cookbook. A lot of times they private message me with their address, and I say, oh, no, don't even worry about it. It's digital. And I say to them, I explain to them why it's digital, because nowadays, everybody's on their computer, everybody's on their phone. You can print it off yourself if you wanted to, but I let them know, this way it's not stuck in a drawer, you're losing it in your kitchen, you always know where it is, you can easily access it. And what's great about the Stoneware one is it's great even if you don't have our Stoneware. The other products, they're specific for a certain product. Our Stoneware one, they can use with a regular baking sheet, a lot of these. So it's a great cookbook, and everybody's told me that they loved it. And our Stoneware has been around for 40 years. So if this is a seasoned guest here, they've got our Stoneware. So that's midnight on Wednesday. After that, I'm still having them private message me after I thank them for their order. And I say, thank you for your order. Send me a message for a recipe. Jenny was a genius when she told me this. And the recipe is just any random recipe from your personal website. As you know, you've got a billion recipes on there. So you just go to your own personal website, click recipes, pick a recipe, send them the link, and it directs them straight to your page. So if they end up being like, oh, that's a good recipe, I kind of want that product, if they're going to place an order, it's going to go to your page. And this is after the party, by the way. And when I do that thank you post, sometimes if my parties are really quiet and dead, like they are this week with no sales, I'll do a funny picture one. There's one that I saw Jenny had. It was something about does anybody know how to make this with cauliflower? And it was Reese's. Gets people talking. For the most part, my thank you post is always a product I do not show in my parties. I never show the utensil holder. I don't know why. Maybe because I just don't get a lot of sales from it. Maybe I don't get a lot of sales because I don't show it. It is one of my favorite kitchen products that I have. I don't talk about it in my parties, but it is the first thank you post I always use. And I have a big picture of it, and it looks all beautiful. It says, thank you for your order. I use one with a quick stir picture where there's coffee in it. It always gets people talking. Does that thing make coffee? I need that. So I'm not talking about the product. I am not selling this product, but it's popping up in their face. So I also try to do it with whatever they've ordered. The utensil holder, I use that if they've ordered a couple of spatulas. All right, well, I'm going to put this, and maybe they'll want to add to the order. They order something grilling. I'm going to use a thank you post with the grill tool set. It says thank you on the picture. Again, I'm not selling anything off of this. I'm not pushing this product on them in any way, but it's getting it in their face and it's bringing the attention to them. So it's another way to show off a couple more products without adding more posts to your party. On Mondays, like I said, my parties begin on Mondays. When you go into your party group from your computer, you can't do this from your phone. And I don't think you can do it from your tablet. On the right side, you see it says write post, and it says you have welcomed or welcome 30 new members. When you click write post, it's automatically tagging everybody in your party. And then it'll say like, help me welcome, blah, 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 or welcome our new members. Delete that out. And you put in your own wording, whatever it is you want to say, but you're tagging every single person in the party. And Facebook is not yelling at you for this. So you create your own post and you tag everybody in the party. Sometimes they flag you for it. But when they're giving you the option, it's cool. So I have in my host coaching, so I can easily copy and paste, and I use Google Tasks as the app on my phone. So it alerts me on Monday morning, welcome your guests. And I have to like complete the task on my phone for it to go away. And I literally say, thank you to everybody who's joined us so far here. And then I bring up the free gift by Wednesday. I bring up the free gift with $80 purchase or more. And then I talk about my Google form. I say, if you fill out my Google form, you're going to get extra tickets to our Party Prize raffle, but you're also going to be entered in the raffle to win the Google form raffle. So that's 2 prizes right there. And then it goes on to tag everybody, and it has my Google form link in there. I tell them to comment when they've read it. Again, bringing that attention up to everybody. Now that welcome, that write post I do on Monday, I do that again a couple days later on Wednesday. And if anybody else new has joined, I don't add in the old people, but say I have had 6 people join since Monday. I do that write post again, and I say, thanks for joining. Scroll down to the bottom and see what you've missed. Don't forget to fill out this quick survey, blah, blah, blah. Not tagging everybody in it, but at the end of the party when I do my Fab 4, I'm going to be tagging everybody again, and I'll get back to it. So I do free gift by Wednesday, which, like I said, does not cost me a dime. I give a Google Form raffle gift, which is always a season's best cookbook. It is new every season, so chances are people don't have it. It's $2 out of your pocket. It's not going to cost you a lot. But what's great is by adding this prize to somebody's order, that's adding up your guest sales. Your party could be like $10 away from the next level. When you're adding in your prizes, you can help get them there. If they already have a season's best in there, I put like toaster tongs or something like citrus peeler, whatever. And then my party prize raffle, at the end of the party, I do not tally tickets. I lie to my hosts and I say, oh, I'm going to tally up the tickets right now, blah, blah, blah. I know a lot of people use random name picker apps or the fortune thingy. I literally go through and I check to see who interacted the most. And if they interacted the most, placed a big order, booked party, they are my winner because they did the most. If they didn't book a party, but they placed a decent order and they interacted a lot, I just basically go off who was my rock star of the party and I pick them. My Google form winner, I try to pick somebody who did not place an order, because then, another genius idea from Jenny, you reach out to them and say, hey, you've won my Google form raffle, congratulations. I can give you our new seasonal cookbook and add it into your order if you want to place your order before the party closes, or I can pop it in the mail, or we can upgrade your prize. What do you think? And if they want to upgrade, it's basically, I tell them, I'm going to give you a free gift if you book a party with me. So a lot of times they're like, no, I'm not going to place an order, just pop it in the mail, or, oh, I totally forgot, I didn't order yet, blah, 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 and you can add it to their order, and it reminds them to put their order in, or they book a party. So no matter what, you're winning here. If they have me mail it to them, you get them in your kit. If you're all out, order them from supply, and I send it to them with my business card and the host special in an order form, because you never know. Another way to get more guests in the party is a post to have your guests invite friends. They'll get raffle tickets if they invite their friends, or also have your guests post on their personal Facebook walls, I'm at a Pampered Chef party, what are my must-haves? And I got this from Jenny again. I created a new graphic for it, and it's got like all of my kind of favorite tools on it, and they post the picture with the words on their personal page. And I've had people tell me they've got so much interest, they're like, maybe I should host my own party. because a lot of my friends are really interested. And then they're like, well, I guess I'll just do it. But I have them comment done when they have posted on their personal page. Again, bringing that post up to everybody's attention. You're supposed to be doing your parties through your business page. So what, if you have not noticed this yet, when somebody likes your picture that you've posted, I post anything in my parties and somebody likes it, if you go to that post and you click where they liked it, it gives you the option to invite them to like your business page. So I go through, and every time somebody likes something, I invite them to like my business page, and it gets you a lot more likes on that business page, which is great. My last tip, this is why I record, because I babble, so I hope you guys catch all this. My last tip is your customer care. Now everybody says to do the 2-2-2 method, which is 2 days after, 2 weeks after, 2 months after. I do a 1-2-2. 1 day before the party ends, or sometimes the day of. I send a text message to every single person that ordered, because their numbers are in their order. Can't place one without it. And I send them a message. Hey, blah, blah, blah. This is Anne-Marie from Paper Chef. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that I'm closing out Dawn's party. And I wanted to check in and see if there was anything else you needed before we go. Feel free to check out my website for some great recipes at any time. And if you need help with anything, let me know, blah, blah, blah. Right now, I'm not saying this for obvious reasons, but I usually say your order will ship out within 7 to 10 business days or 5 to 10 business days, whatever it was. And they usually are like, oh, I'm all good. Thank you so much. But thank you for reaching out. Or you're like, you know what? I actually did see one more thing. Let me add it. And I added the link to my personal website in the recipes area, because then they have access easily to my personal website. And I say that, feel free to take whatever recipes you want off of this. It's opening up that line of communication, and I can ask them what they thought of the party. And again, going to the booking later. 2 weeks after the party, I send out another message. And I say, hey, blah, 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 blah. It's Anne-Marie from Paper Chef again. I just want to double check and make sure you got all your goodies from Dawn's party. How are you loving them? And this is where you find out if their products came broken, because FedEx blows. Excuse my language. This is where you find out if their products didn't show up, if they accidentally shipped their stuff to the host and forgot, and they're like, I never got my stuff. And you're like, well, you didn't ship it to your own house. And anything they need, or if they're like, I don't really like this product, like I thought I was going to like it, and you can do a return exchange for them and let them know they have 30 days to get their money back and free shipping, whatever it may be, because sometimes people don't reach out to you with their issues. So if you're reaching out 2 weeks later, you can kind of help them out with that. And I make sure people know, I'm like, listen, I am not a cashier. I am not here to take your money and run. I'm very sorry, but you're stuck with me for life, basically. The last 2 is 2 months after. 2 months after the party, but now I'm really hoping they've opened up their boxes. Let me just tell you, a lot of people are like, oh, it's still in the box. And I say, I just want to check in and see how you're loving your goodies from blah, blah, blah's party. Did you know that she got $150 in free products of her choice, and all she had to do was invite her friends? And she would still get a goodie from me if you had your own party. What do you think? Now, first I ask them how they're liking the products. That's what I say after we get chatting. But again, this is opening up the line of communication, because there are going to be people who are placing orders in your party who never joined the Facebook group. So they don't get that thank you. Bless you, Jenny. They don't get the thank you for your order post. They're not private messaging you for anything. You're not connecting in any way, because they were an outside order. So this way, you're still opening up that line of communication. And every 4, add 1 more. Most of you are new, so I'm sure you've seen this in Dash. And I was told to do this for the longest time, and it sounds like a fantastic idea for the people that it works for, but I thought it was insane and it wouldn't work for me. Let me just tell you, it works and it's fantastic. There are people who are on this call right now who, if I were to do the whole prejudging thing like I used to, I would have never asked about the business. And they are rock stars. There are people who are on this call who I've asked them and they've flat out said no. And if I just let it go, they wouldn't be here today. They say ask at least 5 times. My minimum is 3. Before the party starts, once they reach that kick credit, and at the end. But honestly, that doesn't always do it. People need to be asked multiple times. And it may feel pushy and you may feel annoying, but you're not. You're offering them an opportunity. You are not being selfish. And if you are, get out of your head, because you got to think about how this can change somebody else's life. Because let me just tell you, 3 years ago today, I would have laughed in your face if you told me I was getting a $5,000 paycheck from sitting on my computer when I felt like it, or working from my bed because this pregnancy is the death of me. I would have laughed at you. But here we are 3 years later, and it's real life. And if it weren't for my friend bringing up the business, I would not be here, because I would not have joined any virtual parties, and I would not reach out to anybody, and I'd be at work a miserable wreck like I used to be. And now my life has changed. So think about how you can help other people. There are people, again, on this call who told me no to hosting. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try again. Let me just try one more time. And they're like, oh, okay, I'll host it. And then they host a great party and join my team and become an amazing rock star. So think about how you can change their lives, and think about people like Jenny, who needed to be asked 5 times before joining. So every 4, add 1 more. It's not just for your hosts. Ask your guests. There are people that are coming to your party that would honestly join the business. They're joining the party, not able to afford the products, but could join the business to make the money to get the products. So I babbled forever. We only have 1.5 minutes. If anybody has questions, now's the time, or you're going to have to private message me. Man, it's hot in here. I need to get out of the South. All right, guys. Well, I think that was it. I think I covered everything.
It's amazing.
Somewhere.
Anybody have questions for Anne-Marie? We have less than a minute before her Zoom kicks us off.
I only have the free version. Sorry, guys.
All
Did
good.
you say you were going to share the wording that some people asked in the chat for your wording?
It should be, if you go into our new consultant resource guide and then click on the link for Facebook Parties 101, it's all in there.
You have some of the games
Okay.
you can share too,
They want you to share some of your games, Anne-Marie.
like that.
What?
The kitchen games.
They want you to share some of your games.
Yeah. I'll share those on the Gillen page too, and my org page. I can't even
Perfect.
keep up with the chat. There's a lot happening in here.
Thank you.
Do I have trouble? Okay, so Kim, before we get cut off, changing the party name. When I try to change our opportunity events, it tells me that you can only do it once in a blue moon. But with my parties, it lets me do it as many times as I want.
Knock her out.
Like sometimes